What's up everyone, I'm Becca and welcome to my channel. Transitioning from a casual Pokemon player to a regional competing one can be kind of a culture shock. You go from steamrolling the gym leaders of Paldea with your 6 favorite Pokemon to needing a calculated balanced team of highly optimized trained fighters. There are a ton of websites out there that will help you get better at competitive Pokemon. There are game simulators, damage calculators, team builders, and hubs for rentals. Today, I'm going to show you a few of those websites and how to navigate them. If you find this video helpful, be sure to give me a thumbs up and share this video with your friends who are also trying to get into competitive Pokemon. And be sure to subscribe to my channel for more VGC content. Now, let's get into it. The first website that I'm going to go over is Pokémon Showdown. It is a battle simulator and you can do random battles, you can do singles, and primarily for VGC, you're going to want to use doubles. And when you go to this drop-down feature, it has the format that we're currently playing in. So you can do Regulation H best of 1, closed team sheet. Within the simulator, you can opt to exchange team sheets with your opponent, but it's up to them whether they accept the team sheet or not. Best of 3 is automatic open team sheet. When competing at a sanctioned Pokemon event, it's going to be an open team sheet format. So at the start of the round in your team preview, you're going to exchange your team sheet with your opponent. You're going to see their Pokemon's moves, items, abilities, and Terras. I'll navigate to Team Builder and show you what that looks like. Here, I tried to recreate Riley Factora's team that he used in Louisville. I'm sure the spreads are off, they weren't released, but when I am looking for spreads for Pokemon, I use another website that I'm going to mention to you, and I test the team out here before I build it on cart or in-game. Now let's navigate to one of these Pokemon. I can change the moveset, I can change its ability to its hidden ability, give it whatever item I need, and work on optimizing my EV spread. So what I really like about Showdown is that it gives you kind of like an estimate or a guess of what kind of EV spread you can use on that Pokemon. So if you're not the best at optimizing your EV spreads, this is a good place to start, and you can adjust the EVs as you battle and see maybe, okay, I want my Pokemon to be a little bit faster, or I want my Pokemon to hit a little bit harder. You might want to change its nature. All of that is listed here. And when it comes to building this Pokemon in your actual Scarlet or Violet copy, all you have to do is copy that final column of numbers into your game. So for example, my attack is 180. I want to make sure that I hyper train my Pokemon using bottle claps if it's not already at its best IV, and I'm going to give it either 25 muscle mochi or 25 protein vitamins so that I can get that 250 EVs, and I'm going to use the muscle feathers to get the remaining 2 EVs. For its nature in game, I'm going to go ahead and give it an adamant mint, and that's going to give it a couple extra points in its attack stat. And when you see it in the game, you're going to see its attack stat match the 180 that you see on Showdown. A bonus that I want to mention is this extension that you can download onto your Google Chrome browser, and it's basically a damage calculator. It helps you decide which Pokemon to bring to battle. It will let you know the percentage likely that a move is going to KO your opponent. It will also let you know the percentage likely that your opponent can KO you. It's really helpful to have this extension, especially as a beginner, because it helps you narrow down the decision-making process when it comes to which 4 Pokemon you should be bringing into that battle. One of the best features that Showdown has is that it allows you to save replays of your battles. So if you go to replays.pokemonshowdown and you type in the username that you're playing under and you uploaded whatever replays, they're all going to be saved here. And it's really good to watch these back, especially when you're prepping for a regional. So you can go over this with friends or people that you're team building with, go through turn by turn, maybe what you could have done differently, maybe some areas where you just played really well and you just want to remember whatever strategy you used that game. Victory Road can be seen as a hub for everything VGC related. Here you will find information about upcoming regional championships, you will see team reports by players who've won championships, a bunch of interviews. It also tells you some in-game events that are coming up, like during the week of LAIC, we're going to get Patrick's Pelipper. If we navigate to 2025 season and click rules and regulations, it's going to explain the format for this season. So right now until the end of December, we cannot use any legendary, paradox, or mythical Pokemon when battling. The season structure tab goes in depth about how you can earn championship points. Championship points are used to help you qualify for the World Championship that's going to be held in California in 2025. For North America, only the top placing 75 players will earn an invite to the World Championship, so it's highly competitive. My favorite tab is going to be the one for the rental teams. If you scroll down, they will have pastes of some of the top placing teams in recent events. So the first team we see is the Baltimore Regional Champion spread. I love it. It has all the EVs that we need to see for the team that they use. So their Incineroar was 188 HP, 164 attack, 112 special defense, and 44 speed. Shows their moveset, their natures, everything you need. Love it. You just take this, and if you copy it, go to team builder, go to new team, import URL. I'm gonna paste that URL that I got, and boom. Now I can test the team out in Showdown. Munchstats is a great website to use if you are struggling with trying to find the right kind of EV spread that you want to use for your Pokemon. Here they have everything broken down by percentages. So it gives you the base stat moves. We're looking at Goldango. It's got a high special attack, so you're likely going to train it to be a special attacking Pokemon. This is the part right here that I love the most, the EV spreads. So it's going down, like I said, in percentage used. And it looks like the most used spread is going to be 4 EVs in HP, 252 EVs in special attack, and 252 EVs in speed. So the item, sorry I'm covering it, but it looks like the item that you would be using with that EV spread is going to be choice specs. It makes the most sense. You want to hit the hardest and you want to hit the fastest. It's also giving you the percent breakdown of Terras, so it's looking like most Goldangos are Terra Steel, with Terra Dragon coming in second and Terra Water coming in third, but you can see that predominantly at 66%, most of them are going to be Terra Steel. Terra Dragon's usually defensive, and the same thing with Water, but if you're going for that max special attack, choice specs, you're going to want to go for Steel to hit those Pokemon that you might not even be super effective into, and you might even get a KO. Marriland's Pokemon Team Builder is really good at finding defensive holes in your team. So what you're gonna do is navigate down to this team input, and you're gonna just type in the Pokemon that you're using on your team. Here's an example using a Psy-Spam team, so you can see the total weakness and the total resist. It looks overall like a decent defensive spread. We have a couple of immunities. There's nothing too egregious here, just stuff that you want to keep in mind going into your matchups. On this team, you have 4 Pokemon that are weak to fighting. You have King Gambit, you have Hisuian Arcanine, you have Sneasel, you have Blood Moon Ursaluna. That's something you definitely need to keep in mind during your team preview. You don't want to bring all 4 of these if you see a Pokemon that on the other team has likely close combat or body press. So this website is really good at really looking at those defensive weaknesses and maybe figuring out, okay, how can I get around that? Do I need to change the Pokemon on this team? Can I get around it with certain berries? Do I need to change my Terra typing, etc.? Nerd of Now is a damage calculator that I would say players at a higher competitive level rely on a lot. This website allows you to check your EV spread and see how can I optimize to maybe survive a specific attack. For example, let's see how much investment we would need to survive an attack from King Gambit onto NDD. So we're gonna go, let's do the black glasses set, for example. So this Indeedee, it's gonna be 252 HP, 252 defense. King Gambit, it's gonna be 252 attack. They're usually gonna be adamant nature, and it looks like Cowtail Cleave is a guaranteed one-hit KO. Max HP, max defense is very standard for Indeedee, and max attack is very standard from King Gambit, adamant nature as well. The item sometimes varies. It could be black glasses or it could be assault vest. Let's just check if it's assault vest, if that's still. So if it's not black glasses, then there is a 12% chance that it's going to one-hit KO Indeedee, as opposed to it being like guaranteed. This Indeedee female has all the defensive investment it could possibly have, so in order for you to not get KO'd by the Cowtail Cleave, you're gonna have to defensive Terra. I would say that Lab Mouse is very similar to Victory Road. It's another VGC type of hub. Here they have all of the tournament results showing official and unofficial. Unofficial tournaments, they are likely found on Play Limitless. Let me see, Play Limitless. So these are likely the unofficial tournaments that they are pulling data from. Though they might not be sanctioned by the Pokemon Company, they can still be a good source of practice and just kind of like meta-defining results as well. So here we have the Louisville Regional Championships. It's showing the paste again for the teams. These, however, don't have the EV spreads. Not all players release the EV spreads for their teams, rightfully so, especially if they want to continue using that team for future events. If you're a numbers guy or girl, they have a lot of percentage breakdowns here, like item usage, Pokemon usage, Terra types, and moves. They also have a couple of helpful websites listed here. Victory Road, like I mentioned earlier. This is a new website that was designed by two well-known VGC players, Marcos and Chuppa. Here they have basically what I'm doing in this video, giving you a bunch of resources that you can use to help you improve your overall gameplay. And they mention a couple of YouTube channels that you might want to check out for tutorials or team breakdowns. Cybertron does a lot of gameplay videos. I personally haven't seen any Talon VGC videos. I love Clover Bells. They make a video, I think, just about every day, showing different teams. They go through the team building method. They show you teams, how they're used on Showdown, etc. Top Cut Explorer is a quick and easy way to check for recent tournament results. Here we have the Louisville Regional. It tells you the player, their record, and it shows you a paste of their team. These pastes don't have EV spreads, but you can still copy and paste this into Showdown and adjust the EV spreads as you see fit, or you can use this last website that I'm going to mention, which is my personal favorite when I need to find some EV spreads to use. If there is one thing you take away from this video, let it be this Twitter page. VGC Pastes has a pinned tweet showing this Excel sheet. And in this Excel sheet, you can find pastes and rentals from the past couple of formats up until now. So I'm going to go ahead and click Regulation H, and here we just slide over and you can see that they offer you pastes. They tell you if the EVs are included or not. They tell you if it's the owners or if it's extracted. Extracted just basically means that it's not going to have any EVs at all, and some of them will have rental codes. So this team right here, it has a paste that we can copy and paste into Showdown, and it also has a rental code that we can enter in the battle stadium if we want to try this in game. If I want to try a team with a specific Pokemon, all I'm going to do is click Control F on my keyboard and I'm going to type in that Pokemon's name. So let's say I want to use Ninetales. I'm going to go ahead and type Ninetales. It's going to highlight all the times Ninetales is written. So here, this team that has Ninetales on it, it doesn't have a paste. So I'm going to go ahead and keep looking. This one has an official paste. So I might copy and paste this into Showdown if I wanted to try it out. If there's a team on here that I want to try, but I don't see any EVs for it, what I would do is kind of just look throughout this spread and match the Pokemon that that doesn't have EVs with the ones that do. So for example, let's say I want to try this specific team with Dragapult on it, but they don't have any spreads. So the one below it does. I'm going to match this Choice Banded Dragapult with the EVs of this Choice Banded Dragapult. And I would just copy and paste this into Showdown. It's important to note that if you want to do this, you want to make sure that you're matching two Pokemon that at least have the same item. Because if I want to take a spread of a Goldango, for example, if I want to use a Goldango that is Choice Specs, it's going to have a different EV spread than one that is leftovers. That's just something to keep in mind when looking through this Excel sheet and trying to pull EVs from it. I hope that you found this video helpful, and like I said, if there is one thing you take away from this video, I really hope that it's this page right here. It's really good for testing out teams in-game and on Showdown. If you liked this video, make sure that you're giving me a thumbs up and subscribing my channel so that you can see some future VGC content. And I will see you all in my next one.